Is this a real update? Or is this one of those, hey, here's a mini little event that means a whole lot of nothing? How about some quality of life updates, Nintendo? How about bringing all the features from all the other mainline Animal Crossing titles and implementing that into the goddamn game? Or is this going to be another one of those bullshit updates that doesn't add a whole lot of replayability value? Let's find out. Hi, by the way, I'm your host, Volk, and today we're going to be looking at this little update video for Animal Crossing coming out on the 28th. This update, that is. And then we'll check out the Resident Evil trailer for the upcoming big RE title that a lot of people are raving on about lately on Twitter, fawning over Lady Dimitrescu, I think that's her name, the vampire lady. Anyway, let's check out this little update first. See if it's any exciting. How about that? All right, switch it up. Actually switch it up for me, Nintendo. Make Animal Crossing super exciting for me to want to play again. Because I've been playing the game a whole lot, and I kind of stopped around early winter. Haven't had a whole lot of reason to play. So this event is called the Festival. Festival. Pavé is his name, huh? Spread the word, he's our bird. Very original pun. Ooh la la Festival. Okay, so the event is centered around a peacock. Peacocks which don't live in cold weather, by the way. So I don't know how this is matching up or in theme with this season of winter. How do peacocks actually live in the North Pole? Is that a thing? Wow, what a great event. That's literally the entire update, is a stupid little neon peacock going, hey, I'm flamboyant. I will pavade the way for you towards new exciting content. Not. That's it. That's all we're getting. Yeah, I really am not surprised if all the diehard Animal Crossing fans are frustrated with the lack thereof content lately in the game. Substantial content, not this, whatever this is. A festival where people are wearing skirts and exotic clothing in the worst possible season of the year. Because it's really convenient. You're definitely gonna warm your balls with this kind of clothing here. So I can't believe this is all we're getting. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've played about almost 700 hours, maybe a little bit over that or under. I don't know, but I've played throughout at least 3 of the 4 seasons of the year. So I played a fuckload of the game. I beat the main story. I've got all the house upgrades, if you will, but I completely understand when people say, wow, we would like to see a lot more furniture upgrades. Not this. We want to see all the other stuff that we had in Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I do have, by the way, for my 3DS. I would like to see Nintendo. Why don't you bring back what's his name? Cap'n. He's a fan favorite. Cap'n and the Cap'n Island. You know, since we already have this Animal Crossing game themed around islands, why do we not have Cap'n? It would make so much sense to have him in this one, and I don't understand how they didn't add him on day one. I don't understand. I don't get it. And to be fair, Animal Crossing New Horizons is a very robust game as it is, but it lacks so much in many other departments, and I was hoping that Animal Crossing, the new Animal Crossing, would be like a long-term game, and it doesn't feel that way because there's not a whole lot else to do after beating, the main storyline. And it seems like there is a pretty extensive list of what you can build as far as furniture. But beyond that, it feels like Animal Crossing New Leaf had a lot of other items that were really cool to collect that are, for some reason, not in this one. They're omitted from this. You would think that the latest Animal Crossing game would have all of the previous items and features and not have that stuff stripped away and have other items as a replacement. You'd think that it would compile kind of like how, you would think that every Pokemon game would have every single Pokemon gen in the following Pokemon title. But that's also not the case, by the way. I feel like that's also a bit of a problem with Nintendo and the Pokemon mainline game. Animal Crossing is sort of suffering from the same thing where it's not including every single item, collectible item or furniture item or otherwise. They don't have everything from the previous games. And, if you're going to build upon an existing IP that's absolutely successful, then you might as well include everything else as sort of a thank you to the fans who have been your loyal consumers who have been playing almost every single I haven't played every Animal Crossing, but if I were a diehard and hardcore fan to the point that I had every single Animal Crossing game, I would expect New Horizons to have everything from the all the items from the predecessors. But it does not. This Animal Crossing game that we're currently on is just, it was sort of a lifesaver for a lot of people during the pandemic. That's part of the reason why I won Game of the Year. But honestly, there's not much else to do nowadays. It kind of nowadays playing Animal Crossing feels like a chore because I've done most of the stuff that there is to experience. And beyond that, there is not much else to explore or to strive for. And then you have little updates like these, which they only last for a small window of time within a year, and they don't really add a whole lot to the gameplay. It's just go fetch me some items within your island and bring them back to me so you can get some shiny collectibles or some funky looking outfits that you're probably going to discard by the next week. So, and to me, that's not really gameplay. So I stopped playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, like I said, early winter, just before December, I think, is when I kind of stopped because I had some other real life stuff happening, and I didn't have much time to continue on with the game, and I got kind of tired because there was a point in summer where I played a lot, and it felt like having to do chores, tending to the garden, picking the fruits, checking the bell prices. It kind of got to the point where it just wasn't enjoyable. And that's probably I'm accountable for burning out a little bit on the game like that. Probably should have just continued pacing myself leisurely, because Animal Crossing is that sort of game where you're not, there's no, there is an end goal in the main story, but beyond that, you can continue and play the game as sort of a therapeutic experience, and that's it. That's all. But let's see what else I missed beyond that. There was a January update and a December one. So let's look at these real quick because I haven't caught up on those. Welcome to a new year. Okay.
The winter season plows on in January.
The winter season plows on. Wording.
Bringing in snow and new discoveries.
Oh, bringing in snow. I was not expecting that.
Here are some critters.
But hey, also, apples grow in the winter and so do pears. Because snow in winter is logical, but fruit growing like that in the middle of winter, whatever. Logic does not exist in video games. We all know that.
You might squeal in delight after diving for this sea pig.
Oh, exciting. You can find sea pigs
Perfect
now.
season to catch this snow crab.
Crabs. You can get crabs.
There's even more to discover.
An abalone? I thought I already got
Snowflakes
those.
are falling. Catch them to craft
Snowflakes are
snowflake-themed
falling.
DIY
I can
items
find
and
plenty of them
furniture.
outside, but I'm surely excited about
Snowballs will also
snowflakes.
appear.
That's
Can
content.
be rolled to create snow boys.
Game
Certain
changing.
Snow boys may produce large
Snow
snowflakes
boys.
that you can use in crafting.
Okay,
other
I do
winter
like the
themed
fact that they
DIY
named
items. Frosty times are just around the corner.
Frosty
If you're
times
looking
are
to get a head
just around the
start on your
corner.
New Year's resolutions, why not
Thanks.
learn some new reactions? You can use the workout and yoga reactions to get moving.
Oh,
And don't forget
God.
to take breaks by using the sit-down reaction after a session. Phew! We hope you're looking
Phew,
forward to
there's
the
just
new
a
year
whole
and
lot of
relaxing
new
moments to come.
content. Wow.
Animal
What a...
Crossing New Horizons.
That's it? Okay, moving on. Let's go to the December video now, if I can find... Oh, there it is. I didn't really pay attention to it. Let's watch it.
It's a bit chilly now in the Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, it's chilly over
December
here in
ushers
Canada.
in
My
holiday
ass is
cheer,
freezing in this
winter activities,
minus
and new
17
discoveries.
Celsius temperature.
Here's what's happening this month.
Uh-huh.
You might find a dung beetle hard at work rolling a snowball.
Again, very exciting content. Surely
Don't forget to
everything that
pinch
the
with
Animal
this
Crossing, the long-standing fans have
What
been
else is
asking
out
for.
there?
What else is out there? A pond
Celebrate
smelt.
the season with Toy Day. On December 24th,
Well,
the Merry Jingle will
I
stop
missed
by your
that.
island. Help him deliver presents.
Toy
You
Day.
might just get one in return. While you're in the gift-giving spirit,
Ah,
why not exchange gifts with the residents?
something
And if you need to be
we
a bit more jolly
already
this
did.
month, new toys and clothes can be
Oh,
purchased.
holiday clothes.
By the way,
Two different
as the
variants of
island
holiday
becomes more and more
sweaters.
festive, certain trees will be decked with ornaments. Shake them to get these colorful baubles, which can be used in crafting festive
I hate the word
DIY items.
baubles.
Turn your island into a winter wonderland.
Mhm.
Wonder Island? Oh, and if you'd like a new look for your Nook phone, pick up the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp phone case from Nook Shopping and snap away.
Yeah, so you can
We hope you
download
can get
another
cozy at
mobile
home
app.
and have lots of fun with friends near and
Yeah,
far
fun.
this holiday season. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
That's it. Oh my god. I haven't missed. See, that's why I haven't been playing Animal Crossing, because this is not. This isn't content. This is just, hey, one day of fetch quests of here. Go find me some of these Easter eggs that you so much hate. Like, remember that Easter egg hunt with the yellow rabbit boy? That was some real video game PTSD. I never want to go back to that. And so this kind of stuff reminds me of what I don't really enjoy in Animal Crossing is just the repetitive, oh, go here, shake some trees again, which is sort of a, you know, an introductory feature when you first play the game. You shake the trees for furniture, you shake the trees for fruits, you shake the trees and you shake the trees and you shake and traumatize the trees and the entire forest to the point of possible deforestation. And beyond that, it's just maddening. Like, what, isn't there anything else we can do in Animal Crossing? Why don't you bring back some of the other fun stuff that your other damn previous titles had? Is it so hard? Nintendo, please. But I don't know. You could argue that the pandemic is making it harder on the employees to get new substantial developments moving. I really don't know. So it's one thing to, our complaints are justified as far as the lack thereof quality of life updates and juicy content in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yes, we are allowed to argue that the game is just not living up to its success anymore, because we thought that Animal Crossing New Horizons was going to be long-standing and sort of a long-term game where they would keep updating it. You'd think that would be the case, being that it's an online game and a pretty big Animal Crossing game on console, on a console handheld hybrid. That's a big deal. So I feel like Nintendo really needs to take advantage of that, and they're just sort of a little bit. The updates are lackluster for me. So hopefully, and Nintendo's sort of known for not really. I mean, they see the feedback, but they don't. It feels like they're staring at us and yet they're ignoring at the same time, just smiling smugly and going, "We hear you. Oh, you made a video on Nintendo? Even though it falls under fair use? No, you can't monetize it. Screw you." Yeah, that's how it feels like with Nintendo lately. And they make quality games, but you know, it sort of feels like there's a drought in the Nintendo games overall. Like they're just rehashing the franchises, not really bringing anything fresh. And if they're going to continue the same series, the classics like Animal Crossing and Mario and Legend of Zelda, then they better do something breathtaking, as Kiana would say. Something, yeah, breathtaking with those sequels that they're thinking about, or updates. So I'm just a little frustrated is all. All right, I'm a video gamer. I'm supposed to be angry and to unfairly type in a death threat. No, don't do that. Moving on, let's go ahead and check out the Resident Evil 8 Village trailer. I hear there's a pretty important trailer, more or less. It's kind of substantial. There's the new villain, the new big baddie being showcased in this third trailer by Capcom. Let's check it out. Intense violence. I mean, I would hope so. If I'm playing Resident Evil, it better not be mellowed down.
We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else.
Okay, we hardly talk. Oh no, it's a relationship game. That's the true horror.
Herald's danger. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg.
Heisenberg isn't...
Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle.
Heisenberg.
When I find him...
Is messing with this lady over here?
No, Mother Miranda.
From Breaking Bad?
Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony.
Not that. I don't know which
I
Heisenberg
won't
they're
let you
referring to.
down.
Those are some big breasticles over there. Okay, ma'am. You can't go around like that.
Please tell me what the
No, you
hell
can't. You're
is going
allowed.
on here?
Oh.
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Blood and death, as expected. Got a magnum gun or whatever that kind of gun is. I don't know. I'm not an expert in gun models. Okay. Golem's cousins showed up. They said, give back what you stole. A baby.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Ethan Winters. Oh my. Okay. So I'm not gonna watch the demo. This isn't the only video out there, but
Who the fuck are you?
language.
Let's see what you're really made of.
Is that
Winters.
that kind of looks like a Bloodborne boss? Oh, is that supposed to be a cameo that I'm not familiar with? I don't know who that is. Is he supposed to be like the Sid of Final Fantasy games? I don't. Kind of, sort of. Anywho, so that's it. That's Resident Evil Village. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't really pay attention to the conversation that this lady had with some other lady. So maybe she's not the big baddie, because she was talking to sort of a superior of hers about some dude named Heisenberg, who perhaps is the protagonist we're going to be playing for this game. Maybe it's a new character we're playing. And so so maybe she could be like one of the big antagonists, but not the final one. So it seems like she's under someone else. And I think the whole game, this next Resident Evil is supposed to take place in a sort of a coven, in a sort of a village where weird people reside, mostly witches. Seems to be that way, or people that are dealing with the occult. Kind of a cliche theme. But I don't think that's been that's sort of I think that element of horror, witchcraft hasn't been. I don't think it's been used a whole lot in the Resident Evil series. So, it is a bit new for that franchise in that sense. But as a general theme or sort of element in horror games and movies, witchcraft and witches aren't a new thing at all by any means. So hopefully the story is not going to be corny nonsense, but it'll have something intriguing in terms of its storyline and how it's developing, and whether or not these witches that are part of a certain coven are inherently evil, or if they're, part of a greater purpose and they're helping humanity. I don't know. Could be just a generic plot. Who knows? But hopefully it's not. And I did play Resident Evil 7. Yeah, that was the last one. I just want to make sure that I get that right. Yeah, so Resident Evil 7, I didn't finish. I almost beat it. I was on the submarine level, just that last parter of the game before you face off the big boss in that house in the woods. So that's where I was in that. And that was a pretty solid game. I've never played the early Resident Evil games, and I wish I had. Never had that experience growing up. I was fairly young. The first Resident Evil I gave a try was one on the PlayStation 1, and I don't remember what number that was. But it must have been the third or the fourth, probably the third or fourth. I don't know. I don't know them by heart, but hopefully Resident Evil Village isn't going to be a strictly linear game. It seems to be sort of from what it looks like from the videos we've gotten, it seems to be sort of a theme park area. So while you can explore the village, quote unquote, in at different intervals, you don't have to, I guess, go for XYZ. You can go approach things in a different order, which is nice. The whole area is still, sort of limited by, I guess, an invisible wall. So I guess they want you to kind of hang around in this village and investigate in the different huts and castles, which is cool. Because Resident Evil 7 did feel a little bit linear. I remember, every chapter felt like you had to go through more or less a corridor. The corridors are pretty spacious in certain ways, but it still felt a little linear. So I guess what they're doing is giving a lot more space for exploration with this one. So that's kind of how it feels, at least. And I know, I'm also aware that Resident Evil 7 was great in VR. It was probably one of the best VR games ever to be made. I don't own the PSVR, so I didn't have that opportunity to experience Resident Evil in VR, but I would imagine that it is a fantastic game in VR. And I think that horror games actually are perhaps one of the best categories of games to be played with a virtual reality headset. It's not for the faint of heart, so you got to be careful with that stuff, though. So, if you're prone to heart attacks, I would probably advise against it. Otherwise, yeah. I don't know if I'll be playing the game in VR. I haven't played, like I said, I don't have a VR headset. Haven't played the last one in VR. Might do that in the future, but I'm also skeptical about it, about playing that in VR, and I don't know. Anywho, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for being a part of this video. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know of your input on what you think of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Have you played a lot of it? Do you think that we should have gotten quality of life updates forever ago? Do you think that the content is getting dry? Because we're almost on year 2 of Animal Crossing, so I feel like Nintendo ought to really have a different approach with, making quality over quantity, because the quantity of content is resulting in mediocre content, right? They're peppering us with holiday events that have not a whole lot of depth to them. So I think quality really matters in video game development, so they ought to maybe refine and build upon what they used to have, right? Look at the previous games and bring those things back and add them as a layer, as a foundational landscape for new features as well. Add the old features and create new ones at the same time. And while you're doing that, why not make the user interface even easier to use, or have some of the redundant, dialogue speeches sped up a little bit faster, or like there are processes in Animal Crossing that are a little frustrating and dreadful. And for a lot of us experienced players, we just want to get moving, and we don't have to read the tutorial or the informational text that tells us how to do things again for the 10,000th time. So what do you think on that? What about Resident Evil 8? You think this one's gonna be a step up from the last one? Is it going to be a very substantial Resident Evil beyond the shock factor and the creepy aesthetics? Let's talk about that in the comment section. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. You can keep up with me at twitter.com/IcyVolk for updates, announcements, whether it be about videos on YouTube or my Twitch broadcast, which you can go to at twitch.tv/IcyVolk for live gaming content and otherwise. You can also hop on over to the Discord server if you want to take a step up in being involved in our community. Go to discord.gg/IcyVolk. With that being said, I hope you all have a bombastic rest of your day, whether it be the morning, afternoon, or evening. I will see you next time. Signing out. Volk, Spicy Icy out of here. Until next time, goodbye.